Oh, baby, what's going on, guys? It's the man, the myth, the legend, and as all you beautiful people do know, it is Father Sunday, and my dad's here, of course, so Dad, introduce yourself.
Hey, what is up, Warriors? It's the Quad Father here, and I want to talk a little bit about COD Ghosts a little bit.
Even though it's Battlefield 4 PS4 gameplay, well, what are you doing, man?
Well, this is Battlefield 4, right?
Yeah, it is.
And that's one of the things I want to talk about COD Ghosts versus Battlefield 4 versus Rise versus GTA 5. I mean,
just over video games.
Yeah, you seem to be playing a lot more different games these days.
Yeah, I'm not just sticking to Call of Duty Ghosts on let's say the PS4 because that's the main console I'm using right now. You know, I'm switching it up. I'm playing Rise, I'm playing Battlefield 4, I'm playing everything I possibly can, really get my hands on just because, I'm getting the feel for the new consoles,
which
man.
is unprecedented in the world of Ghosts or
Oh,
Call
yeah.
of Duty.
In the Call of Duty community.
You don't ever change games.
Not really, no.
No, and you never stop playing a game this quickly either.
Well, I'm not stopping playing. I'm not doing it because it's getting boring. I'm doing it because there are other games out there that are entertaining.
So it's a good time to be a gamer because Titanfall, all those other
Yeah,
things are coming out.
very
I
true.
mean, Watch
Titanfall's
Dogs,
not
all
for
the
a
rest
while,
of it.
actually. But yeah, Watch Dogs is pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, and Battlefield 4, that's a big one. Okay, so there's a lot of fun games to play out there, and some are on the new consoles, some are on the previous consoles. Okay,
Very
so
true.
I'm just observing the fact that you're not sticking to Call of Duty like you used to in
not
every
just
other release.
Call of Duty. Nope.
Okay, I think and MW3 is still your favorite. I got you.
Oh yeah, always.
Okay. Now, I've got 5 things I want to talk to you about volunteering for. You remember on one of our previous episodes we talked about laying in bed for 70 days for NASA? And
Yeah, and
pay
making
you?
$18,000.
Yeah, it was
I
some
remember
kind of
this
money.
specific
Well, I found some other things you can do that aren't quite as cumbersome as laying in bed for whatever 70 days
Yeah.
long. Okay.
All right.
So let's start with the first one. I think you could do this one. What if you ate 4 cupcakes every day for 6 weeks?
I feel like
Could you do that?
I do it. How much money do I get?
You get 4 cupcakes a day. That's what you get.
For free?
Yeah.
No,
No.
that's not worth it.
What? Okay. Well, it's a study that they're doing in Britain on how it affects your actual weight. Your BMI and all
It
the rest
depends
of
on what you do, though.
Well,
if you're you and get up at the gym and go to the gym every day at 4:30,
It's not gonna
it'd
matter.
affect you, but it wouldn't really
Right. Well, and also, studying human behavior and things like that are hard to keep equal, right? How do you make sure they get the same amount of movement, same amount of sleep,
Yeah.
same amount of all the other things that they're eating? If they do it around Christmas, man, they're going to put on weight no matter what, even if they aren't eating
Yeah.
the cupcakes.
Uh-huh.
So that's one thing you could volunteer for, and like you said, you're only 14 years old, so there's not a lot of things you can do to earn money.
Yeah, true.
Not legally. I guess there's YouTube, but
making all the YouTube money
which
right
is apparently going to become illegal.
now. Apparently, I mean, we don't really even
I don't know.
honestly.
You haven't gotten a letter from your partner.
Not from
network.
Machinima yet. So.
No, they haven't. They haven't even addressed this, and it's around the
I
corner.
hope they never address it, just in case it doesn't apply to Machinima or it just doesn't apply in general. I hope it doesn't. We hope it
sure.
doesn't. Of
You
course.
you could dream.
One
given the
can
fact
only
that
dream, yep.
given the fact they haven't talked about it, but that's a big change coming up on your channel. It'll likely affect it.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, so here's something else you could volunteer. You could volunteer to live for a year in Canada.
All right, I can do it.
Out in the plains, like nowhere, in the Nowheresville.
Wait, do I have a house?
No, there are actually people that are going to do this. Okay, they are going to. Tens of thousands of people applied to actually go to Mars.
Oh.
Okay, now do you realize when you go to Mars?
Wait, what does that have to do with Canada?
Because in order to test how you're going to react, they're going to put you in these little pods in Canada for a year.
For a year?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
in a
kind of part of their
pod?
training.
Just to stay there, just in a pod.
Yeah. They're going to be like colonists. Okay, so 200,000 people.
How big is a pod?
Well, they're like a.
Is it like 2 feet by 2 feet?
No, they're connected. They're. I mean, I can't tell by the perspective on the picture.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look very big. Let's say smaller than our house. Like
we can put up a picture right now. So take a look at that.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like space. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like little landing things. Anyway, so can you believe that many people? 200,000 people applied to go to Mars.
That's crazy.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't.
It's a one-way trip.
Wait, really?
You ain't never coming back.
Never mind then. No.
Yeah. Okay. So the public is ultimately going to decide. This supposedly is going to happen in 2023.
That's a long time away.
Yeah, but so they actually have to go through, and you can't apply. The application period is over. So even if you wanted to go, you can't
Even
go.
if you guys wanted to do it, you can't
No,
now.
no.
My apologies.
Yeah, and you have to be over 18. Okay,
okay.
so the next round, what they do after they get their applied, they applied and they've gotten selected. Okay, so by the end of 2013, they'll know exactly who's going to do it. And then for the next 2 years, they're going to narrow down the people who are going to go live in these pods in Canada for astronaut training. They're going to actually have 7 years of astronaut training.
Well, what else do you do to train?
A lot of the normal astronaut stuff where you have to learn to live weightless. You have to eat the crazy food that they got to eat. You got to learn to poop in a suction bag or whatever it is because, no gravity is. So you got to poop in a special machine. That alone is
Just
not
that I'm not going. I'm out.
No.
I'm out, guys.
Yeah, I don't want to get two people involved with my intimate bathroom habits.
Yeah.
And if they're sucking the poop out of me, well, I think you squeeze it out yourself, but
maybe.
I don't know. It just seems a little. I'm interested in being an astronaut in space
not that
exploration,
interested.
Not to get my poop sucked out.
Yeah.
It makes me gag just thinking about it. Okay, so that's one thing you could do. Okay, here's another one. How about if I paid you to eat Pringles?
How many?
No, it's not a challenge.
Oh, okay.
It's actually what you do is you eat them into a microphone.
Why?
Because
that's terrible.
Pringles
noise.
Pringles want to have crisp sound because people believe the chip is better when it's crisper. So they paid people to eat a chip, a Pringles, into a microphone to figure out which Pringle that they were making made the best sound, so that people ultimately would think they were the better Pringle and buy more of them.
It's kind of true. I can see why that would actually make a difference.
Yeah, they paid people £5. Now, for you British people, you know what that's equal. But in America, it's about $8.18.
$8 I'll do it. Why not?
Yeah, just to eat Pringles.
I'll do it.
Now they didn't tell people, that they were testing the sound thing because that would kind of bias the study.
Okay.
So they just sat in a room like a little phone booth and ate into a microphone, which you do all the time. Actually, you eat a phone. You don't
eat in a phone booth. No, I eat into a microphone.
You do, and your friends don't like it. So that's something you could do. So we got the cupcakes you could do, but you won't. You got the Pringles.
I'll do it.
Okay, you're not going to go to Mars.
I'm definitely not going to Mars.
All right, here's one you can't do.
Are you challenging me? Challenge accepted,
all right,
bro.
Okay, a scientist is looking for a woman to give birth
I'm out.
to a Neanderthal baby.
How do you do that?
Well, it's
explain.
It's a version of human cloning. So they would clone the Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah.
Or
how do they get that? But
genetics or whatever. It's stuck in a rock. They carve it out. Do you ever see the movie Jurassic Park?
Of course.
Okay. Well, that theory where they get the mosquito with the blood and they get the genetic components and then they rebuild the dinosaur.
Okay.
Same idea. Only that he's going to do it with a human, and he's going to ask for some lady to give birth to it.
So wait, dragonfly babies?
No, this is Neanderthal babies.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
It hasn't been confirmed, but they'll let the scientists do it because in some countries it's actually illegal to do human cloning.
I'm not surprised. Wait, why would it be illegal?
Well,
I want human clones. I want another one of me. With another me, imagine how many videos I could put out. And imagine all my homework I'd never have to do. One of me could be at school. One of me could make in videos. Why?
It wouldn't be you. I mean, it would be you, but it wouldn't be you.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'd rather have them.
So you think you could be friends with yourself if you were, if you
probably
got
not
a doppelganger or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, I don't like myself. No.
Oh, I could be friends with myself. I get friendly with myself all the time.
I don't feel like I'd be that.
No, you would, because you would be a good friend.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a good friend.
Do you think you'd be too selfish?
I'm a terrible friend. I'm very selfish.
What? Really?
No.
I
don't know.
You're a very giving friend.
No.
No?
Nope.
Well, you're with them all the time.
Never.
Can't even walk in the room. You're always on the Skype with all your friends, laughing and having a good time.
That's all I do.
So no, I think it would be cool. I don't know. Maybe some people out there have twins.
Maybe that's cool.
And so, do you think you could be friends with? You'd be close with your twin, right? That's about the closest we can get right now without going clone.
That's what you think.
Okay.
You don't know, man.
Right.
Well, think about it. If you were the government or a specific scientist who knew how to do this, would you really tell the public of all people?
No. About cloning?
No, you wouldn't. I guarantee we know how to do like 5 times the stuff that we don't think we know how to do already.
Okay.
It's not. No.
I see what you're saying. They kind of keep it under wraps, keep it a secret.
Oh, duh.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I believe that. I
guarantee the government has so many things hidden
just like they're monitoring everything that we say.
Oh, they hear us right now, dude.
Okay, last
one.
What's
going on, Obama?
Real quick. Hey,
how you doing?
Captain Obama. Yeah. All right. So, would you volunteer for $100 to be bit by a mosquito with malaria?
No.
Well, they monitor you. They heal you after 6 weeks, and you have 102 fever. And
no,
everything.
$100.
It's $100.
That's nothing.
You know what that is in pounds?
Well, that's like what, like 64
I have
pounds?
I have
or
no
something?
idea. This
Like-
is not a math quiz.
Exactly. Well,
That's all I got.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what things would you guys like to do. You know, there's multiple things to do. Go back in the video and watch them. What would you
Volunteer.
like to do? Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Social media links in the description below. It's been Quadum FT and the Quad Father, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
And I'll see you on Mars.